Hi team, welcome to class. Today we're going to focus on handstand prep. So you will need available wall space and then also a broomstick or something similar for today's class. I really want to stress to you today to enjoy yourself, have fun. Remember that handstands are an advanced acrobatic skill. So if you're not a gymnast or a Cirque du Soleil performer, then you really don't need to worry about perfecting your handstand. In fact, if you never leave the wall, that's okay. We're going to use the benefits of handstand to strengthen our upper body and our core and to also help our cardiovascular system. So if you're ready to begin, let's start with a wrist warm-up. Now, wrist warm-ups are really important. So if you're working handstands, please don't skip your wrist warm-up. Remember, we have 27, I believe, little bones in our hands and ligaments, and we're not really meant to balance on our hands. So it's important that we have strength and flexibility. So in tabletop here, I want you to just come forward, press into your fingers, keep your fingers straight, and then come back. So we just go forward and back a few times. If you ever feel any pain, please just back off. Maybe take a break. Maybe, take a couple days off of handstands and wait until you don't feel that pain anymore. Now, I'm not talking about discomfort, okay? Because, as we strengthen our muscles and as we get more flexible, there will be discomfort, but I'm talking about sharp pain. Listen to your body when it tells you to stop, okay? Now, as we go forward and back, we press into our fingertips so that they turn white, and we are locking out the elbow so that the elbow is nice and straight here, and that's important in handstand. You're going to hear a lot of different advice, and I'm just giving you what my circus coach gave me, okay? So nice straight elbow. And then let's turn the fingers to the side and just go side to side here. And with handstands, you can breathe however you want to breathe, just as long as you breathe. I prefer to breathe in and out through my nose, but it really doesn't matter as long as you are breathing and getting air, okay? Air to your muscles. Remember that air, if you don't have air, your muscles will shut down. And that's kind of why we tend to fall when we hold our breath, okay, in a handstand. So let's flip the palms up now. And very gently just pull back, keeping the inside of your elbows facing forward, stretching out the forearms. Remember that our fingers do not have muscles. They are controlled by the forearms. So having strong, flexible forearms and wrists are super duper important. All right, and then from here, I want you guys to stay in this tabletop position, and you're just gonna rise up to your fingers and down. Okay, so up and down, like you are gripping the ground. And it might be a little awkward and weird, but we're really just working on that mobility here. Getting our fingers nice and warmed up, getting the wrists warmed up, just pressing up and down. And then you can come here, leaving the thumb out of it, just come up to that first knuckle there and down. Let's do 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then go ahead and cross your ankles. Have a seat here. And we're going to grab the broomstick. All right. So let's go ahead and come a little bit wider than shoulder width. Take it all the way up here. And then see if you can come behind. If you can't, which I need to grab a little bit wider because I can't. And without popping your ribs out, see if you can go all the way back, okay? And when I mean don't pop your ribs out, so I don't want you to arch your back like this. I want you to pull your ribs down. So I want you to think ribs and hip bones connecting, all right? So we have a nice straight spine, okay? So let's do 10 of these. Come out really wide to start. 10, breathing with sound. 9, 8. And if you have to go slower, go slower. 7. Shoulder flexibility is huge in handstands. 6, if we don't have flexible shoulders, we will overcompensate and arch our back in order to stay balanced in our handstands. So it's important that we get our shoulders nice and flexible here. And this is a great way to warm up here. All right, let's do a couple more. Last two. And last one. And remember, the shoulders are the gateway to the heart. So sometimes when we work our shoulders, it can bring up a lot of just kind of negative junk. So just kind of observe, take a breath, and let that go. Now let's go ahead and come up to the wall. Sit however you want to sit. You can place your back up against the wall here. And I want you to take the arch out of your back and just press your back nice and flat. Okay, and then with your hands wide, come up, tap the wall, and bring it back down without taking your low back off the wall. Okay, so see how that feels. And then see if you can walk it in a little bit closer. See if you can walk it in a little bit closer. And if you can't, you're going to stop where you need to stop. Okay. Just focus on breathing, keeping your low back pressing on that wall, ribs and hip bones glued together. Let's see if we can bring it in a little bit more. Your goal here is to finally get shoulder width. So we want shoulder width. And my shoulders are really tight. And I notice it's more in my left shoulder, which you might notice one side is a little bit harder than the other. Okay, and now shoulder width. Okay, we go narrow. So think about where your shoulders are. Your shoulders aren't out here. Your shoulders are here. Okay, now I probably can't come all the way up to the wall just yet. Oh, maybe I can. Okay, but it's not fun. Let's do 10 of those wherever you can do it. 10, keeping ribs nailed down, low back on that wall. 9, 8, 7. So lock your elbows too, guys. Important, we're not bending the elbows. 6. Breathe through it. 5, 4. Breathe. 3, 2. Last one. And then bring it down. Let's go ahead and come up to standing. All right, from here, I want you to bring your feet underneath your hips, tuck your tailbone under. So we want this posterior tilt, okay, drawing your core in. I want you to imagine somebody punched you in the gut here. Take your hands, bring them shoulder width, and we're just going to lift all the way up. So this is our straight line handstand. We can stare up at the bar and then press the shoulders up and down. So we lift it up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7. So elevate your shoulders. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you can gaze forward, bring it down, and then lift it up for 10, 9. I want you to think about keeping your core as stable as possible. 8, 7, 6, elbows straight. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. You're going to elevate and then gaze up at the bar. Hold it here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Abs are drawn in. Pelvis is tucked. 2 and 1. Whew. Go ahead and bring that down. Quite intense. Okay, let's go ahead and shake it out. Move from side to side. These are important because We want to make sure that we are having fun, being playful, moving the spine from side to side, and just letting go of tension. So remember that when we tense up, okay, it really does affect our flexibility. So let's go ahead and hook the thumbs now. Inhale, exhale, and we're going to pump those arms. So again, posterior tilt, so draw that core in and pump. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come on down to the ground here. Now we're going to do a cat-cow. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. I want you to tuck your tailbone, round your upper back, tuck your chin. So think angry cat, round, and then reverse that. So squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your tailbone, and then gaze forward. And again, round it all the way up, press. Navel drawing all the way in, tailbone tucked. And then opposite direction, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the tailbone. Gaze forward. One more, guys, round it up. And go ahead and squeeze your shoulder blades. Shoulder retraction, lift the tailbone, arching the back, gazing forward. Beautiful. And then I want you to come to neutral. So we aren't arching, we're not tucking. We have our hips in neutral here. Think about squeezing the TVA, so these two hip points, pulling together like you're wearing a corset. And we're going to press up, squeeze, and then bring it down and squeeze. So we press, this is really more of a push, and this is more of a squeeze. So retracting those shoulder blades like you are squeezing a pencil between them, and then press up and down. We go 10, squeeze, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All right, and then I want you to walk it back so that your hips are at an angle, and we can start with our knees squeezing together, press the ground away. So this is our handstand plank. You're going to draw your core in. You can stay here on the knees, or you're going to come to the top of the feet. I want your heels together and your knees together, okay? Hold it there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, press the shoulders up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come down to the floor. Okay. So on the floor here, I want you to hook right foot over left. Bring your arms out straight. Take a nice deep breath in. Lift the legs. Hold it here. You can tent your fingers. Draw that core in. Point your toes. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. So we're working our back body strength here, and that's super important in our handstand. We need entire body to be strong for handstand, okay? Now lift it up, squeeze, core in, point your toes. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, feet together now. Inhale, exhale, lift. Separate your feet, point your toes, draw your core in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it there. Lift your arms for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything down. Bring your hand right here by your rib cage. Push back. Child's pose. Great job, you guys. Alrighty, team. Stretch out the shoulders. So from our child's pose, walk your hands forward, cupcake those hands here. And I want you to sink down as much as possible, forehead down, tenting those fingers. So we're kind of just hanging into this stretch here, okay? And then from here, we're gonna zoop, pull everything in and up. Okay, so pull it in and then release it. Pull it in. So ribs to hips. Think about pulling in your ribs to your hip bones and down. Arms are straight and release. Your elbows are either facing each other or slightly upward. Relax, and then pull it in. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna come forward, grab the edge of your yoga mat. Keep the arms straight, externally rotate so the inside of your elbows go up towards the ceiling. We're gonna come down for puppy pose. So you might be here to start, and that's fine. Okay, maybe not even forehead down. Eventually forehead comes down. Eventually chin and chest come down. And just hold here. And then slowly come into our Sphinx pose. So elbows go under those shoulders. And we stretch out the abdominal wall here. So I want you guys to think about pulling that core in and then coming out of those shoulders. Legs are engaged here. And then if you have a little bit more flexibility, go ahead and walk it in a little bit more. Just get a nice stretch through the front of that body. And getting really good back flexibility not only helps with our shoulders, like for back bends and things like that, but also helps with our hamstring flexibility. Because when we overstretch our back muscles, which a lot of us do because we're sitting all day, or we round our back in our forward folds, then that pulls on the hamstring muscle. And without good, flexible hamstrings, then, we can't get into our handstand. So from here, guys, go ahead and push yourself up, and we'll take it around and have a seat. We're going to take this left foot straight, right foot to the inner thigh. Go ahead and grab your broomstick. Turn your hips and your torso towards this long leg, toes pointed straight up. And then inhale, exhale, and see if you can take the broomstick to the bottom of the foot there. And I like to even roll a little bit here because there are some trigger points on the feet that may help you release those hamstrings. Okay, so like for me, right underneath the ball of the foot, and you can roll it all the way down. My arch is super tender, so I'm going to spend just a moment there, kind of just rolling out, and then take a deep breath in. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades, so you're going to pull in and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently come up. Let's do the other side. So remember, when we're stretching our hamstrings, we want to feel it here in the middle part of our hamstring, never in the glute or the knee where the muscle attaches, okay? Because then we're just stretching into the ligaments, all right? So inhale, breath. Exhale, come forward, toes pointed straight up. Roll it a little bit. See if there's any tender points. See if your body is holding on to any tension, and ask your body for permission to move into the tight spaces. I know that sounds weird, but our body, sometimes our mind and our body are not connected. Okay, so we want to try and connect the mind and the body by just asking those questions, kind of stepping back and think about what we're thinking about, metacognition, right? All right, and then we're going to pull it in. Find that spot you want to pull it in. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly come on up. We'll flip back over, take our stick with us. Come on to the belly here. Okay, so I want you to bring your arms out nice and straight. Think about handstand, shoulder width, okay? And then we're gonna put the head down on the ground here, but I'm gonna leave my head lifted so you guys can hear me. I want you to think about this posterior tilt of the tailbone. This is what makes our handstand really strong. When we get into a handstand and we posterior tilt the tailbone and we draw our ribs to our hips, then nothing moves. We're tight, right? So then notice if you release it, how loosey-goosey your lower half is. Okay, and then tuck the tailbone under, point your toes, squeeze everything, and notice how tight you are. Okay, so from here, we're gonna posterior tilt. So think about squeezing your ribs and your hip bones together. Forehead comes down. And then if you can, you lift the arms. But if you're not quite there yet, maybe that's painful, maybe you don't have the shoulder flexibility, just stay here, okay? But give me nice strong arms. If possible, you're gonna lift. Okay, only though if you don't feel any pressure or any pain in your neck or in your shoulders, okay? So let's point the toes. You can even press into the wall there to make sure that you are really pointing. Tuck the tailbone under, forehead down, and lift. No pressure in the head. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. See how you feel. If you're putting too much on your head, what we can also do is just lift the head off the floor and lift it here. Okay, so let's try that next, or just leave it down and just hold everything nice and tight. So head slightly lifted, posterior tilt the tailbone, ribs to hips, so belly off the ground, or at least the muscles tucking under. Inhale, point your toes, engage your legs, neutral neck, and hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, that's hard, right? All right, good job, you guys. Now, we're gonna go ahead and do a couple of drills. I need to get my timer out. So we're gonna do 3 wall drills for 30 seconds with a 15-second rest in between. Now, you guys, you might only be able to do 5 seconds. You might only be able to do 15 seconds. You're gonna do as many seconds as possible. Come down and then meet us when we go up again. The first one we're gonna do is a wall handstand plank. So from a downward dog, so find a nice downward dog here. Okay, we're gonna walk up that wall. So lift one leg up that wall. You're gonna press into your shoulders, press the ground away. Hands are shoulder width apart. And then you're gonna step that other leg up the wall. Okay, team. Reach it all the way up. We have 30 seconds. Press, tuck your tailbone under, posterior tilt of the tailbone. Just hold it here. You can do it. Draw your abs in. Press the ground away. Breathe. So I like to talk or count, whatever you need to do. Take air in and out. Remember, our muscles shut down when they don't get air. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You got it. Almost there. And step it down. We have 15 seconds. Shake it out. Roll the wrists. Open and close. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. Round 2. Step all the way up and hold it. Draw your core in. And just think happy thoughts. So I know it can be a lot, but we're getting so strong. And we're getting that wonderful cardiovascular endurance here as well. Pumping all that wonderful oxygen-rich blood to our heart and to our hands and to our head. I don't know why I said hands, probably because I was upside down, a little delirious. You do get a little crazy when you're upside down. Okay, round 3. Let's go, team. Wall plank. Step it up. Press the ground away. Tuck your tailbone. Hold it here. You got it. That's our last one. Just think how strong you're going to be. You can do it. Don't give up now. Almost there. Legs together. Press the ground away. Tuck the tailbone. Draw the core in. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And yay. We were done. Okay. Roll out the wrists, open and close. A couple times here. Roll. Let's make a fist. Pull down and then bend. And then other side. Make a fist. Pull the skin down and bend. And then you can come up and just kind of twist a little bit here. Bring the heart rate down. See how you feel. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and flip ourselves over onto our back now. You can grab that stick and let's see here. So I want you to take your hands, bring them shoulder width, all right, and then let's make sure that our hands are all the way up against the wall here. Now, again, with the posterior tilt, so we typically have this anterior tilt. A lot of us women just walk around like this. Neutral would probably be here, and then a posterior tilt is here where we're tucking the tail under, okay? I want you to take that left leg out straight, right knee, pull it in, and notice how if you have this neutral or anterior tilt in your back, okay, so back is not touching the floor. When you pull your knee into chest, it automatically puts your pelvis into position. So when we're first learning handstands, sometimes people like this shape, pulling their knee in, but it can also be pretty intense because we need a lot of hip flexibility. So do your best here, pull it in, point both toes, hold it, breathe. Let's do 15 seconds. Breathe, breathe. Press your arms into the wall. 10, 9, right knee into chest. 8, 7, point both feet. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Let's do the other side. Okay, right leg straight. We notice where our pelvis is. Is it anterior tilt? We have a big, huge arch. Is it in neutral? Is it tucked under? Okay. Sometimes this is also an issue for a lot of people who have a very strong core, is they just walk around with a posterior tilt. A lot of guys have this, okay? So if that's you already, then you need to work more back bends. Back bends will really help you. But right now, let's just find this position again. So press those hands, again, shoulder width up towards the wall. Push them into the wall so we have activation there. So we're elevating our shoulders. Then take that left knee, pull it into the chest, point both toes, hold it here, 15 seconds, breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 10, 9, navel to spine. 8, 7, pull that knee in more. You're going to feel it in your psoas. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and place those feet down. Lift the hips up. Stretch out your quads and your psoas. Beautiful. All right, team. Let's go ahead and keep those knees bent. You're going to lift your head off the ground here. Hands are going to stay shoulder width. You're going to elevate your shoulders so that your biceps and your ears are touching. You're going to hold it here. If this is too intense, we can even use the bar around the neck, okay, and just hold here. We can, forget the bar, come here, we can come here. We have lots of options. I want you guys to get into that habit of really keeping a nice neutral neck and lifting the shoulder blades off the ground. A lot of times people feel it here in the neck because they really don't have the core strength yet. So if that's you, use your hands, use a strap, or even the bar to kind of assist you here. And this actually feels really good on my neck. All right, you can be here. Knees over hips. We can hold this position. We can bring our legs straight, okay? We can just work on our core strength and keeping our toes pointed and our legs together while we get stronger. We can eventually move on. Okay, so hands shoulder width, arms overhead. We're going to go into a hollow body hold. So we're bracing our core. We're bringing our ribs to hips. You're going to come up here. Elevate your shoulders, knees over hips. If you can, you straighten the legs. If you can go for more, you come all the way down. And we hold wherever you're at. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Go ahead and lift up, bridge. Stretch it out. Breathe. You got it. All right, we're going to do that again. So hollow body hold, super important for our handstand. It really just reinforces that hollow body shape, that posterior tilt. It's awesome to think posterior tilt, hollow body shape when you get up into your handstand. That's what I do anyways. All right, so hands shoulder width, bring them overhead, elevate your shoulders, inhale, exhale, point your toes and hold. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, legs together, knees together, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Press it up. You got it, team. One more. I know these are hard. Remember, do your best. Work your way up to it, okay? Hands are shoulder width. Bring them overhead. Inhale, breath. Posterior tilt, okay? And even if you're just here, that's great. Elevate your shoulders and hold. You can even just have your feet on the floor. Whatever you need to do. We're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Oh my goodness. Okay, lift your hips, stretch that out. Take the bar, shoulder width, nice strong arms. Bringing your hands overhead. I want you to tuck the tailbone, straighten out those legs. Now, this is our handstand right here, okay? So this is our banana back handstand. We have a nice arch in our back. Super hard to balance in a banana handstand without compromising your back and your shoulders. So from here, tuck your tailbone, draw your ribs in. See if you can get your back on the ground. Press, press, press up. And just hold this shape, point your toes, tuck your tailbone. If that's really hard for you, bring a knee into your chest, okay? You can even switch and just work on getting this shape, getting rid of that low back, or I'm sorry, pressing your low back into the floor, getting rid of the banana shape. Hold it here. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Release. Let's roll onto the tummy. Put the bar off to the side. Okay. Same thing, but on the tummy now. You're going to press your hands into the wall. So again, let's think handstand here. Tuck your tailbone under, ribs to hips, press into that wall. Head is just slightly lifted. Everything turned on and engaged. Press into that wall so that we have this shoulder elevation here. Hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. All right, team, we can do it. Kind of wiggle out. Hands are shoulder width. I can't say that enough. Remember, in handstand, When the bones stack, we have the strongest handstand because our bones are the strongest part in our body. So when you're wider, okay, you need to use more muscles. So that's why people in CrossFit do those wide handstands, because they want more muscles. They want to engage more muscles. But we don't really want that. We want to have an efficient handstand. So hands underneath the shoulders. Try to really think about this external rotation of the shoulder. So the wrapping of the biceps and the triceps inside of the elbows facing upward. Press, elevate, tuck your tailbone under, and then just gaze down. Hold it here. Breathe. Point your toes. Squeeze everything. If you want to make this harder, bring your feet together. Let's hold it 10. 9. Push against that wall. 8. 7. 6. Everything is turned on. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Release. Go ahead. And we'll go into rabbit. So pull those knees in. Sit back, grab your heels, bring your forehead down, and then just lift the booty up, stretch the upper back. Nice deep breath in and out. Wonderful. And then let's go ahead and just do a quick stretch for the shoulders. So I want you to press the heel of your hand down and away. So deep pressing the shoulders now. And then slowly just lift all the way up. This is the nerve floss stretch. I always feel it in my left side. You might not feel it at all. That's a good thing. If you're feeling it, just hold right where you feel it. Beautiful. And then release. Go ahead and take your right ear to right shoulder. Get a nice stretch down through the neck. Press the shoulder away. And then you can just use your hand gently, just resting the hand on the top of the head. Other side. Drop the left ear, left shoulder, gently, just resting the hand, pulling the shoulder down and away. Okay. All right, you guys, let's get upside down. Okay, we're going to find a nice downward facing dog here. So hands shoulder width, come into plank, then a downward facing dog. Bend your knees. I want you to straighten those arms. Inhale and exhale. And we can step in with our right foot, lift our left leg, lock your arms out straight. You're going to take that left leg, bring it down and lift it up. Bring it down and lift it up. And if you are really just not ready to add a little hop to this, you can just stay here, maybe rising to your toe. Okay, if you want a little bit more, we'll do a little hop. So we'll go 10, keep your arms nice and straight. 9, 8, so that foot is staying close to the floor. 7, 6, and we're reaching this left leg for the wall, but we're not there yet, okay? 3, 2, and 1, and then we'll switch it other side. So again, you can just be here or hop. 10, 9, 8, 7. Remember, look between your thumbs. 6, lock your arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And let's go ahead and take a break, because that is a lot. Shake it out. Deep breath in and out, open and close. Reach the hands behind you, open the chest. Gaze up. And let's go ahead and come on up to standing. All right, guys, we are going to learn the casual step into handstand. So when you do this, I want you guys to just think that you are casually stepping into a handstand. So no stress, no tension, no like gymnastics, like I'm doing it, just kind of like casual. Okay, so think casual. We're going to step whichever leg comes natural to you forward, okay? And then place the hands down, and the other leg is going to hold against the wall as we bring the step off leg down towards the ground, okay? So watch, and then you do it, all right? Inhale. And we exhale, press up, find the wall, press the ground away, and then take that step off leg and bring it towards the ground, holding your split, gazing between your thumbs. Let's hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, bring the leg up, switch, other leg, pressing against the wall as you bring the other leg down. Look at your thumbs, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Let's take a break. Shake it out. Roll the wrists. Open and close. You guys are doing amazing. One more drill using the wall. I want you guys to measure your legs length distance away from the wall. Where do your sitting bones land? Okay. And then that's where the heel of your hand is going to go. So just measure with a flexed foot here. Place your heel of your hand down. And then let's come into this perfect handstand shape here with locked arms, because remember, our bones are the strongest part of our body, and we don't want to break the energy line here and have to balance more on our muscles. We want strong arms, so we're going to externally rotate the shoulders, press the ground away, hands shoulder width here, and then we want to step up onto the wall. Make sure that we don't step higher than parallel. So wherever you think parallel is, go a little bit lower. Okay, from here you're going to step both feet up. Maybe you're here and that's all you can do. This one's quite difficult, so just see where you're at. If you can go for more, we're going to push those legs. Maybe you leave them bent, maybe you can straighten. Wherever you're at, you're going to hold. Let's go. 5, 4, squeeze your elbows. 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Whew, that one's difficult, especially if you have tight shoulders. Go ahead and roll the wrists. Shake it out. All right. Good job, team. Now we're going to work on our wheel pose. So I want you to come down to the floor. I'm going to grab a stability ball. I want to show you guys how you can modify your wheel poses if you don't have a wheel pose. If you don't have the strength quite yet to push up, we can use the stability ball to just kind of get the flexibility first, okay? So what we can do here is just lay on that ball, take your hands and press the heel of your hands towards the wall. And we can work on slowly pressing up. Get my hair tucked into the ball there. So working on slowly just pressing up. Elbows in, so we're thinking chaturanga arms or shoulder width arms. Walk your feet in, and then just gently working on the strength to press up, because we eventually want to have a full wheel, okay? So if you don't have the ability to roll or to press yourself all the way up, I want you to use the ball for this next part. So either using the ball, okay, or you're going to come down to the floor here. I want you to flip your hands so that your fingers are facing your shoulders. Walk your feet in close to your bottom here, and we're going to use the wall to really help us stay stable when we get into our wheel pose. So from here, we're going to come to the top of the head. So you're going to inhale, elbows are in, rise to the top of your head, and then position your arms so that they have support there on the wall. And then I want you to press little baby ups, okay? So let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down, tuck the chin, take a break. See how you feel. Take a couple minutes. Maybe you need to pause the video, okay? If you're feeling like you're okay, we're going to continue. So let's place the fingers facing your shoulders here. And I should have wore a bun today, but I've got a ponytail, so tuck your hair in. And then let's make sure that the elbows are not winging out. Let's bring them in. Inhale, breath, top of the head. Use the wall for support. And then we're going to push up and push into those legs. You can walk the legs in. Try to straighten your arms and hold it here. So let's go for 5 breaths. Deep breath in and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tuck your chin, bend the arms, slowly come down, and just bring knees into chest, rock it out. Back bends are really important for handstands because we are building so much shoulder strength, they can get really tight. So whenever you're working handstands, try to always add in a back bend. And then just gently rocking it out a little bit here. Nice deep breath in and out. Go ahead and roll onto your tummy very gently. Bring those elbows right underneath your shoulders. Just take a little baby Sphinx here for a minute. And then slide the hands by the rib cage. Very slowly push it back into a child's pose. Good job, team. All right, well-deserved rest here. Nice big breath in and out. And we'll go ahead and take some yummy twists. So take your bottom off your heels, reach the left arm straight, right arm under. Go ahead and twist your upper body like you're threading a needle. And then no weight in your head, or a little bit of weight in your head, but no pressure. And then just push your hips back behind those knees. You can take the other arm and internally rotate, grabbing that thigh, looking up towards the ceiling. And then let's take the left hand by the face, and we'll switch and do the other side. So from child's pose, come forward, thread the other side. So reaching left arm through, right arm overhead. Push that weight back into your bottom there, no pressure on your neck. And then if you want more, go ahead and take this top arm and reach around, see if you can grab your thigh. Just some deep breaths here. And then let's take the right hand by the face and tuck your toes. Come into a nice forward fold. So bend your knees left and right, and drop your head and just shake it out. Getting a nice hamstring stretch here. Grab your biceps and just hang really heavy, and just notice how much more flexible your hamstrings are after your back bends. Just a deep breath in and out. And then release your hands. Walk your hands over to the left. Take that right arm, reach it nice and long. And then walk it over to the right. Take the left arm, reach it long. And then slowly tuck one foot behind the other. Come on down. And just find a seated position here. I want you to close your eyes, all right? And just listen to my voice. You're going to drop the shoulders, sit up nice and tall. And just tune inward. I want you to listen and feel. So dropping your right ear towards your right shoulder, and then press your left shoulder down. Just take a few deep breaths here. And then inhale, lift your head back to neutral. And let's go the other way. So take your left ear to your left shoulder, and then press your right shoulder down. And then bring your head back to neutral. Eyes are still closed. We're going to lift the chin now, all the way up, letting the head drop back. And then opposite direction, chin to chest. Nice and slow. And then come back to neutral. You can open the eyes here or leave them closed. We're going to take this right hand, make a fist, and bring it right into your side here, right above your bone, your hip bone there. And then from here, we're going to grab the elbow and just kind of pull it inward. You're going to feel this through the back of your shoulder. If you feel it in the front, okay, then either this stretch isn't for you, or maybe you just have your arm in the wrong position there. So we should feel this all through the back of the shoulder. And let's do the other side. Deep breath in and out, pulling that elbow in. Awesome. And then let's reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to take this right arm, bend it, grab with the left hand. So we're bending that right elbow, reaching down the middle of the back, stretching out through the triceps. Other side. And deltoids, you're going to take right arm, reach it across, drop the shoulder down. And then other side. Drop the shoulder down. And then front of the shoulder and biceps. So with fingertips facing away, bring your pinkies as close together as you feel comfortable. Straighten your arms and then just kind of walk your butt a little bit forward, and then lift your chest, and you should feel an awesome stretch through your biceps. If it feels a little wonky in your elbows, then don't go so far. And then slowly come in, fingertips toward your bottom, lift your hips up, stretch front of the shoulder. And finally, last stretch, our pancake stretch. We're going to take our feet nice and wide, and this is a great stretch for working any kind of inversion because it's easier to get your hips up and over the shoulders in a wide straddle. So let's bring the feet into 90 degrees. I want you to flex through the feet and just come forward as far as you can. And then maybe reach the arms forward. Tense your fingers. And slowly walk it in. And cross the legs. Take a giant breath in, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, you guys did it. This was your handstand prep class. I hope you guys got some good tips and some pointers. Please leave me a comment below and let me know. I love you guys, and remember, just enjoy the journey, have fun, and have an awesome day. Bye, guys.